Now let's move on to something really powerful, integrating Warp with Azure through the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. MCP is essentially a standardized wrapper application for APIs, giving the AI model tools to call the API via natural language. This allows Warp's AI to directly interact with Azure services, making cloud resource management as simple as having a conversation. First, I need to set up the Azure MCP server. The Model Context Protocol is a standard that allows AI systems to connect to external tools and services. In this case, we're connecting to Azure. I can see this as a really powerful tool for those who work in managed service providers or cloud engineering roles. There are MCP servers for just about anything out there. I'll add the Azure MCP server configuration. This requires my Azure credentials and subscription information. Once configured, Warp's AI will be able to create, manage, and query Azure resources directly. Let me test the connection. Perfect. Warp now has direct access to my Azure subscription and can manage resources on my behalf. You will need to authenticate every time a new session is started with the MCP server. Now for the really impressive part, let's use natural language to create actual Azure infrastructure. I'm going to ask it to show me my resource groups. Excellent. Now let's create a new virtual network in Azure with custom tags. Watch as the AI understands this infrastructure request and translates it into the appropriate Azure resource creation. The AI is planning out the VNet creation, including proper CIDR blocks, subnet configurations, and resource naming. And now it's actually creating these resources in Azure. There we go. We've just created a complete virtual network infrastructure in Azure using nothing but natural language in our terminal. If I check the Azure portal, you can see the VNet and subnets have been created exactly as requested. This is the power of combining AI with cloud APIs. Infrastructure as conversation. Before we move to our final demonstration, let me quickly show you two other powerful features of Warp: workbooks and workflows. Workbooks are collaborative documents that combine terminal commands with documentation. Think of them as executable documentation that your team can share. You can create step-by-step guides that include actual commands, explanations, and even AI assistance, perfect for onboarding new team members or documenting complex procedures. Workflows, on the other hand, are reusable command sequences that you can save and share. When you discover a useful sequence of commands through AI assistance, you can save it as a workflow for future use or share it with your team. This creates a knowledge base of proven solutions that grows over time. Both of these features help teams capture and share the institutional knowledge that often gets lost in chat messages or forgotten over time. Let me quickly show you how to navigate Warp's features.